Hello and welcome back to Railroads Online. I am River, and you can hear this sawmill running in the background. We have dropped off some more logs, and we're actually at a point where I think we've filled it up. We have like 10 logs in there, and then if we race over here using our super swimming skills, you can see we're almost full here, so 87, so I'm sure we used one or two. So we're going to have, if my calculations are correct, around 96 boards in there, which is good. We can end up, maybe filling this up. I guess we could even put 6 of them in there right now. If we could decide to take that up there. That'll be a little bit more money. Now, one of the things that I was talking about in the last episode is once we have 2,000 and some dollars, we could probably get started on trying to make our way over to the iron mine and the smelter. So if we look here, can I click while I'm... Oh yeah, look, you can click. It's multitasking. So let's go see if we can't make our way over to the smelter and then the iron mine. It's quite a long journey. I don't know if we're going to get it all done in this episode. We've got our... Let me close that up. We've got our logging camp, pretty much going. I think I'd like to work on this turn. That's this last turn here. And I thought about it. It's like, well, let's give it a break. Oh, here it is right here. I definitely still would like to work on this turn, and I probably need to go up there and do some tree work just as I get extra money. But I'd rather keep us moving forward, with the progression as well. So... And as far as improving anything else over here goes, maybe we hold off until we see what progression we have. So, how are we going to do this? Well, I would like to, if you guys can see the map, I'll point over in that direction. Right over this way, you can see there's a valley ahead. We'll run over that way. It'd be nice if I could move that map off to the corner. I do like when people play like Farming Simulator or other games that I've watched on YouTube, and they have the map down in the corner. That's kind of helpful at times, especially to a viewer, because you can, sometimes you guys, I'm sure, are not paying 100% attention to every single word I ever said. And it would be kind of nice it's kind of nice to catch up. Well, where the hell is this guy running around at now? So we did this earlier. How close were we? Yeah, well, let's just go ahead and do the thing where we grab a thing. We might as well stay at this grade. I was watching another video where they really took this to the extreme. Because there's no price of the materials, like you could just build this thing up like 20 feet in the air everywhere. Like you could just go above all the trees to a degree. Obviously that's a little silly, but not really that much silly, unfortunately. So I think they definitely need to do something with making this cost something, Now, I want to run out here, but I don't really want to just take advantage of that fact. Is this getting to be a reasonable height? Not really. Let's lower it to what we would consider a reasonable height. We might even lower it when we come out of there, but... Alright, so I'll click this one. We're on variable grade, so we can... Yeah, we'll do a 2% grade until we get down to... Does that look reasonable? Yeah, that's maybe even higher, because is that going to go into the ground? Yeah, let's do 1% grade. There we go. Now we're probably going to, let's do even. Now, are we facing the right? We want to turn up this way a little bit. I'm not expecting this to be necessarily the way we go. Oops. Let's go back uphill. Pull back and go. Oops. Go back to even. Yeah, so it's just a tiny uphill there. Alright, let's see, a bit of a cliff. Let's end this. What do we got here? Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, so this is, I know you can't say, I think this is where we have to build a bridge across. Yeah, I don't see us getting down that. Now there is, let's put it this way, when they made the map, they didn't do it, they didn't necessarily do it in a way that was natural, because you can't modify the ground, right? So there is certain ways that they went, and if you can find them, you can take advantage of them, right? Like, in other words, on this side, you know, we could possibly come from right here. Now I have no idea. I could see the smelter over in that direction. I have no idea exactly where the other side is that we just came from, but probably right in that region, right? See, like, we could possibly come around this hill. Let's see, what does that look like? Yeah, look, that's exactly kind of what I think we need to do. I don't know if we want to stay up on the hill. Where is the smelter? Is it down? See this valley? Okay, you know what? I'm smelling like a valley here, aren't we? Yeah, let's just head back, because this is going to be the valley we need to be in. Right, that's not what I meant to do. Let's hit G. Just want to get above the ground level. Now are we? Yeah, we got to come back. This seems to be making. Uh-huh. Yeah, let's. So scouting definitely does you good. Yep, look at this. I don't know where else we were at, but I think what I want to do, let's go back over here and build. I don't know if I can get up that. No. Yeah, there is. When you get to that kind of stone, I think it's very steep and therefore difficult. So let's come and do our first bridge. Yeah, I guess straight on across. We'll see. All right. Drop it down a little bit with Q. Now, can I come right off of there? I forget. Yes. Go. Sure if I can go back to even grade or not, but so we're heading. Yeah, maybe we turn a little bit more this way, huh? There it is. Let's do. Get rid of this so it doesn't end up being confusing. Okay, so we went a little bit straighter that way. Now that means we might be able to head the difference, right? Like, go straighter along this. Yeah, see, we turned and we should have gone straighter. So let's just see if we. I didn't necessarily want to delete that right away. Let's just see if we go. What happens when we go straight off of this? That take us to our bridge. And again, I'm not married to where that bridge is or anything. If we had a blueprint mode, picture me in blueprint mode right now. I'm going to turn it a little bit more. Yep, that was a lot better, I think. That's all the remnants. All right, so there might be a little bit of a turn that I just put in there, but if we cut down some of these trees, if we end up liking this route, I think we could straighten it out once we can see. And I'm okay with cutting down trees, but we still don't have 10 tons of money, so be a little gentle, even though we can make a lot more anytime we want now. All right, so in theory, we can come right across here. Yeah, and I guess if you guys have an opinion about, do we try to stay true to the geography? Like, in other words, it's free to build these railroad tracks, but I think it also looks a little bit silly when you have 7 million tons of gravel making it way up in the air. Yeah, I kind of like what we're doing with this. And then if I remember right, as we come through here, because I think we're at least somewhat limited. Is that the end of it, or? Yeah, that's the end of my path. We start going down a really steep hill. Yeah, that was. I think we have a little section at the end that's sloped. And I would like to do it different this time. Not that you guys ever saw the last time, but I'm going to go down at a 0.5%. See if that. Yeah. Make it a whole percent. 2%. Because there is, yeah, this is, yeah, I think when we get through here, what does that look like? Click there, and then if we look, yep, the smelter, this is a pretty steep hill. Let's go to, well, we're just even going to go to a 5% grade, see what that. Now, the other option to staying true, I guess, would be to come, even with a 5% grade. Yeah, do we stay along the hillside here a little bit? And this might not even be the hill that I was thinking of. Right. Let's. Yeah, this is where. Yeah, this is the final turn. So let's turn. What do we got? 3% grade here. Let's go to a 4. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just going to follow this hill a bit and see if that. Can't really see what the heck I'm doing. All right, just so it's not. Let's go to a 5. That's a 5% decline there. That's... See, if we don't... Well, we'll just see. Let's just see. Oh, what did I do? Go too far? Yeah, okay, that's hitting the side of the hill. Are we going in the right direction? Yeah. You see the shadow above me. I go through the wall. There it is. Okay, I've actually come out on the other side compared to what I did before. Yeah, let's just end that. Yeah, see that's a 5% slope that whole way. Good Lord. Yeah. That's coming around the backside. I forget even how is the backside of this. So anyway, here's our smelter. Did I say sawmill? I forget what I said. Where we get, I think this is raw iron and steel rails. So the iron we need to send to the ironworks. And then I think the rails go to the coal mine. There is, if you go to look on the Steam forum, there is, somebody asked for a price list. And it's relatively current comment that they made on the discussions on the Steam forum for this game. And it does have the whole, like a little map that I you know, maybe I'll remember to put a link in there, but anyway, if you go there and look for that price list question mark comment, you'll see there's a link in there to a map that shows you what everything takes where and how much you get paid for it and whatnot. So in any event, let's take a look. Or let me hold on a second here. Not sure how this appears on your end. Well, you know what? I'll look at it later when we get going, when we need it. We'll take a look at the pricing. I was curious to memorize that, and then I forgot to before the episode started. But anyway, yeah, I don't like what we just did there, but it does give us an idea of, you know, how we would come into here. I guess over here. I wanted to see, yeah, we got plenty of room if we wanted to come around that way. What I'm concerned about is having come down that hill, I don't want to come like right into here in a way that we're just going to crash if we I want like a runoff period. You ever see when you go on the roads and they have like a runoff for tractor trailers? Yeah, and I think that from what, you know, before I had my lines coming like right past here and going up there. So let's restart this. All right, we'll just go like that so it's a few feet out of the ground. Wrong way. Alright, so I want to come past here with the track. And let's just see what we can do to get up there. That pretty... Yeah. Yeah, see that's... Right, well, one of the things we could do... Well, see, we got to be able to get into here. Or do we go into here, unlike I did, see, when the last time what I did was I had the lines coming in this way. And what that did, in a sense, was cut down on my distance. Like, it started pushing it closer to the hill. Wondering if we can't start cheating some of the height, and we'll plan on coming down and peeling off later. Because this is where, if you look, we need to, let's get the... We're going to need to cut some of these trees anyway. So this is where we need to bring the cordwood. Oh, we can't really come in. Well, we could, but then we're going to have to go all the way around the back. Yeah, which is okay, because I think putting all the switching right here at the bottom of this hill was a bit of a mess. Let's head back up. Yeah, and then we're going to want to be able to go right past here to go to the lumber mill. I'm thinking we should do that. Well, the other problem is when we come around this corner here, if you look, let's run up here. So this was going to be like the other end of this flat area. Let's see, what is that? The bottom or the top northeast, corner of our flat area here. And when we come around this turn, that's the way to the iron mine, if you can see that. Yeah, so maybe we even maybe I pick a nice height here. Right, and we just sort of stay. That's just level. It looks a little worse than it is. Getting awful high. It's kind of the worst. It's sort of the worst possible height there, isn't it? Let's just see what this looks like as we... Yeah, see, that's really not... We'll take a look. See, when we look, we're heading right towards that hill right now, even though it doesn't really seem that way. Can we still see the smelter? No. Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, see, I think I can see our hill. Yeah, see, that's... If we just went level from that spot, which is even kind of high, right? As far as, is that sort of straight? If we just went level out of there, that's level compared to being up at this height to have a 5% grade. All right, so if we were to start a 5% grade, which I think is pretty reasonable, either though that's going to be... Should we do a bridge, you think? Like, I can't imagine you would haul in this much gravel. So let's do a wooden bridge with the idea that, let's see what it looks like. And it's just craziness. Yeah, you would never haul in that much. Not unless you were taking down the side of a mountain. You're talking about a massive amount. So, yeah, 5% grade doesn't even really get me to right here. If we can find the same... Yeah, that is about the same height, isn't it? And then the problem is we'll have to be dropping into here, but we're kind of far enough away. That might work out. So like somewhere in this ballpark, a 5% grade. Again, there might be a little bit of a distance difference. But let's see if we can't put in a wooden bridge. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to try to go... Problem with wooden bridge is it's even harder to see what you're doing. And I want to try to take a little bit of the difference. Yeah, that wasn't too bad a way to go, was it? Okay, the wooden bridges are a little bit different. So let's hit the curvature. Right. What do I hit? Can I not curve the bridge? No. Why can't I curve the bridge? I would think I could curve the bridge. Yeah, well, anyway, let me think about what that did. Like, were we off? Yeah, we would really want to be going more... to like say this area where it starts. Like it would be worth putting this much. Yeah, now we want to come all the way back to here, don't we? Yeah, let me demolish that. And I want to come to like here, just see. Is there a way to rate? I guess we have to do this if we want to. All right, so that'll be. I don't think that's level, but it'll be whatever that is, and then we'll hit this bridge with the 5% grade, which maybe we do. Yeah. Well, let's just see what it looks like. Here we go, 5%. I would love to be able to see without all these trees, right? That would make this, and I don't want to just cut down endless trees. All right, so let's leave that on, and then I'll try to see. Surprised I can't see my other bridge. There it is. So it's right up there. Yeah. So this isn't the worst way that we're going. Well, yeah. This is a crazy hill. Not sure how realistic this is. I mean, I guess railroad projects cost a fortune. I mean, they've one in California, high speed rail. It's just amazingly expensive. And like they were thinking it was going to cost like 300 million, and I mean, I'm making up numbers, but it was like 10 times that. And they've only built it to Bakerfield. It doesn't even go to San Francisco, kind of thing. It was supposed to be from like Los Angeles to San Francisco. All right, so what did that do? That just missed. All right, we wanted to be over here. So we were close, but we missed. So now we know we're going to have to just keep track which one's the right one. Here, let's get rid of this one. No, but that one's giving me yeah, they're both giving me a marker. Now I can see them once we get down in here. You know, I probably could even go. We almost were on the right path the first time, weren't we? Now that 5% grade hit that hill up there. Are we in a pretty good spot? Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot. I will delete this first section. I think this was a pretty good spot to come down to and do 5%. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now we want to kind of take the difference, which was almost this direction. Once we get out here more, I could see. Yeah, because there's my other bridge, and then there's that. Yeah, there's that one. All right, and I'm thinking we want to try to guess where that one's going to hit, like right up there. A way to do this in the game would be helpful. Like if you could use like laser pointers, or I know they didn't have lasers, but they did have surveying equipment at that point. They had like chain links that they would measure and survey all this stuff. And so it's not like and then to be honest, the technology we have nowadays is in a lot of ways you're doing the same thing. It's not a new wheel. It's a new wheel, but it's not the concept of the wheel isn't new, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's, you know what? That is not. Oh, are we stuck in the bridge? No. Okay. That is not unreasonable in my opinion. Let's get rid of this. Can I get up there? Yes. Because I think we should do one more bridge section and see if that... Where it really was close. I think we should redo it. But we need to go back like another, or we do it from here, right? Yeah, because it would be better if we were up that high. That was really close. It would be good enough if we started a little bit further back. How do we do? Well, we can... you know what I'm going to do? I'll do this. You know what? Let's use this as a marker. And I'm going to go... Let's go flat a little bit. And then we're going to do a 5% grade down. All right, we're just going to... Alongside, I want to put the bridge. I hope this works. All right, if we start this bridge a little bit further back from here, so let's make another marker. So we're going to start that guy, let's say, we're going to start it right where that one ends. Because if I end up a little bit higher, I'm okay with that. I'd rather be a little bit higher maybe than lower. Yep, and we're going to follow right alongside of this thing, hopefully. In this thing. Yeah, we want to stay... Okay, I see what's happening. It's like we want to stay just 10 feet off of the bridge, like, even though now we're way up in the air. And I don't know that we couldn't have built the other bridge on top of the bridge, but then I'm afraid if I go to delete this one, that it just won't be right. Look at that mound of gravel. That would be... See, there's no way you would do that mound of gravel. You would definitely build some kind of a bridge down that hill. Unless you were going to do like some like winding path kind of thing. Which we could do. But I guess we might as well take advantage of the bridge building. See what it looks like. If we don't like it because it's too OP, then we'll know for the future. Seems like I'm going to feel like it's about as OP as the gravel. So we said we would start about here. Do a 5% grade. We're gonna... Can't see where we're going, but that's okay. I want to stay about 10 feet off of that road surface, which... I think that's about it. I think we're just straight from that point. We can't curve it. Yeah, why was it? I don't understand why it won't. Oh, X and Y, edit the curve radius. I'm thinking, wasn't it Y and... there we go. So we could have curved it. All right, well, Y and X are kind of two strange keys to use for that, but okay. Get it right, close enough. Do kind of wish you could be up on the bridge. I understand why you can't, but look at that. Very nice. Now that we figured out the right keys because they're written down right there. Ah, look at that. See, so we overshot this time. Gosh darn it. Now, the other thing we could do, though, is come back down. Yeah, see. So we went too far back this time. I'm not sure how many times you guys want to see me do that same thing, but yeah, and I think but other than that, I think we've got the right idea here, which means I think we could really delete all of that, right? Yeah, that is the question. Do we just try to go up the side of the hill? Yeah, let's do a silly bridge, at least in this one case. Though it is bothering a certain portion of my doing things right or properly or realistically. All right, so now let's take the difference, because I think it was about the difference. So this is where we hit when we came straight down. This was where we were way too far, so let's just go from like here. Hopefully this will be realistic. Or not realistic, but all right. Just click through. All right, let's see where this takes us. Well, we're going to spend most of the episode just putting in this one bridge, but this is the way this game is, and then we might not even really like it, right? Like, this is just going to set this will be the guideline, like, in a sense. This is the direction that we have to head. Yeah, this is, I could tell, this is looking... Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. Even though I didn't quite hit it, let's just do... Yeah, no, we really did miss it by that much. All right, well, I think you guys get the idea. Let me go down and do the same thing again. I mean, I want to get this right, and it's frustrating me now. And I didn't really stay next to this as well. I think that was part of the problem. I think I'm off a little bit. We'll do it one more time together, and if I don't get it, I don't want to waste too much time running up and down this hill. You guys get the idea. You know what I'm going to do once I do finally get it right. There's not going to be any magic to it other than I'm going to pick the right spot. But yeah, I think I got too far away from the thing. I stayed on this road a little bit too much. I should have been following that road a little bit more. I don't think my location was bad, and I think I would go a little bit further, a little bit closer to that other little road down there. Yeah, like maybe like here this time. Excuse me. Then we have to stay a little more. This last time I clicked on this. I need to stay the right distance from this one. More like this. Oops. One thing, I guess we can go up this hill, see how we're definitely higher. Oops. Stuck on a tree. Can't even hardly see the trees for all the... look at that. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Did we get it? Go a little... yes. Oh, look, that was the end of it. I can't go any further with that section. Look at that. All right. Sometimes your persistence is rewarded sometimes in life. It's nice when that happens. All right. So now let's go ahead and get rid of this. Don't dare delete that wrong bridge. All right. And then, yeah, for the second, we'll do that. All right. I want to be up on that guy. Can we just come off? I don't want to come off dead flat. Let's go off. All right, we want to have like a little bit of a grade up just so it's not totally abrupt. We have a bit of a transition. Okay, let's delete that. Not sure that I care that there's a... Where did we... Oh, did I take... Where did my road come from? Yeah, let's worry about that in a minute. Let's go take a look at this and chop some trees, because I think this is... a good chance that this is going to be the way we go down. Yeah. You guys hate it in the comments, we'll consider changing it. But I want to get us before this episode ends, which we've been going pretty hard. I haven't gotten too much done, it feels like. Chop it from there. It's not really bothering anybody. We go along the bottom and see what I mean by. I did say this a while ago, a few episodes. Even when you're, we can get them from the. Yeah. Leave that one for a minute. More about just getting an overall view of things. And we should have plenty of money, and if I have to go back to work, that's okay too. I just didn't want to sell a bunch of logs to the, not logs, but lumber. I'd like to sell my lumber to the iron mine. Start getting that iron thing going, so we can get the smelter running. And that iron, I don't know how much the smelter needs. A lot of these things seem to be like 1-to-1. Alright, so what I like about this compared to what I had before is, like, imagine I came down to like the spot over there, and then I had like, it was actually like the turns were the first thing you got into. Like, so this way, if we have a problem on this hill, like we come barreling down it because we're running out of steam, like we'll have this whole long stretch that we can break. Even if we overshoot like a turn that we might need, that's okay, because we'll have a nice straight shot through the, turn. Now the problem is, I don't even know if we want to have a turn here. Have a nice space here with no junctions. And I say that because, like, if we wanted to come in here to drop off this cordwood, and we're barreling down that hill, and there's no way that we can switch that switch. Like, if we have it turned coming in, like, that's it, we're done. So, we should probably get off at some point further ahead here. Now the question is, do we want to stay up this high or not? I think that's going to come down to what we do. I don't think we need to be up quite this high. Yeah, maybe we lower this down to something that's a bit more reasonable. Doesn't have to be low. But maybe we'll continue. Yeah, let's delete this. And we can go up ahead and just delete that. And then we continue this 5-degree grade, or maybe we slope the grade a little bit different. Oh, I don't want this one. I want this one. All right, if we come, let's do 3 down, right? So this will be a bit of a transition. Let's make it dead straight, or pretty much dead straight. Oops, wrong way. And we'll head over here. We'll leave that one way in the distance. It'll be a little while before we're ready for that. Did I curve this last one? Yeah. No, I think I'm just going to stay straight. We can curve it to go up that way when we're ready. All right, so what are we going to do here? So our iron ore is going to be coming out this way. So that's great because we can have the lumber train just rumble right on past. And then we're going to need to get iron ore to here. And we're going to need to get cordwood all the way around to here. Now we could probably... have it like swing in, but I don't know if we'll... It's kind of a tight turn, right? Like, to get all the way over here nicely, I think that's kind of too tight. So we probably want to bring this cordwood in around this other way. Let's start getting this. What do we want to do? I'm just thinking we got, a few minutes left in the episode. So what I'm thinking of is that we're going to come here and we're going to have... Let's go far enough back. So we're going to have a place we can drop off the iron ore that's going to be past here, but... Oh, wait. Sorry. Constant grade, variable grade's fine. Alright, I just want this to set a height. sure that it makes too much difference with this height on these things. We'll just lay it out so you guys can think about what we're doing. And then we demolish this one. See, I think that's going to be too much. That's too sharp a turn to try to get in there from this side. Right? There's no way that's going to happen. So we're going to have to go all the way around with this one. And then, but that's not the end of the world because we have to go onto this side. You know, so we can loop that one all the way around here and either join up with this one or just go, you know, like we'll have a double track for a little while. Though joining up sort of has its benefits, doesn't it? Because, well, no, because we might want to leave, we're going to want to leave a car here, I think. So we'll swing around. That way that guy can, this can be the storage because I'm a one-man band here. So I want to be able to leave the train that we're going to be filling there. So I think we're going to do, instead of doing like true loops, we might end up with a loop around, but I think to these areas rather than trying to loop around like we were the other ones. But we'll see. Maybe it'll work out different. Right? So we'll have to start getting an idea of where we're at. We have plenty enough room over here to do whatever maneuvering, you know, to spread things out so we can get in and out. Right, so we don't have to jam it up too close. Plenty of flat area. Yeah, I like that a lot better than what I did the last time. So let's go up. I think what I'd like to do just to wrap up the episode is, since I'm liking this so much, let's cut some trees. Just so we can get a little better picture of what we created. And we'll go up. It's a little bit of a curve to that, but we can always straighten that out once that tree just, see, I mean, we did turn it. That's fine. Like I said, we can fix that. Let's just make sure we have a nice connection up the top here. So that way we can call this episode something like the Roadbed to the Smelter. Then I can come in between the episodes and delete some of that junkola. Matter of fact, I think I'll even save it before I accidentally delete this bridge, since it was such a pain to get in. But this bridge, I like this bridge. I think it's moderately unrealistic. But then again, you know, I think it's sort of nice. Like I said, maybe there'll be other opportunities to be more drastic in our slopes or more realistic. I guess if they start making the game, they do plan on, you know, changing it. And there was like warning when I watched the devs live stream. There was some warning about like, no, build your railroads now because it is gonna get a lot more expensive. So what were we? Oops. That's at a +3. +4, 5. 4, 5. Oops. Well, let me start from here. I might have a real brief 6. All right, we'll tie these in. If I do a 5, that's just going to overrun it. So we'll do a till 6 matches up. There you go. I don't think anybody will really notice. Well, there we go. So let's go cut some trees on our way back, and we'll, so you can see what we've created. I think we were reasonably happy with what we were doing up here. Yeah, see, that looks kind of crooked to me. Let's just take out these that are in the middle. That's a pretty sharp turn. We'll probably take some of the bite out of that one. How do we match? Oh, that's right. We have this bridge. I forgot all about the bridge. Lots of trees. Back I go for the moment. I don't even know if this was a good line or not. So I was wondering what happens when you place one of those. Do you ever notice when you're laying the line, it does that twisty thing? Apparently that's what that twisty thing looks like. There we go. Oops, not demolish. Cut. All right, I think that's pretty reasonable. We still have a lot of work cut out before we actually have train tracks down there, and we might end up changing this guy around a little bit, but I think that will work for now. And when we come back, we'll just keep plugging away at getting that done. And most of our work's, I think, going to be down by the smelter, so I think I'll start out down there. Obviously, we could lay the track, but I'd just as soon get that situated. But we'll see. We'll see if anything happens exciting in the meantime. How much money did we? I think we spent less than $200. I forget how much exactly we started out with, but there you go. Well, once again, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves. Talk to you the next one. Bye-bye.